So what do you do when your doctor tells you, hey, you got to start eating more lean proteins, veggies, and whole grains? Well, if you're anything like me, you follow his advice and make it delicious AF. And this is exactly what the doctor ordered. We have lean protein, veggies, obviously because we have peppers, and some whole grain snuck in there, and you'll see how later. Plus, we even added a little cheese to it because we're naughty like that. And also the doctor said, if you're trying to turn over a new leaf and have great healthy recipes that don't taste like crap, you need to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Well, he didn't actually say that, but I thought it sounded good. So let's dive right into this recipe.
And we start with our lean mean protein. This is a 96% extra lean ground beef that we're simply going to hit up with a half patch of my signature Mexican seasoning that you've seen here before, but if you're new, don't sweat it. Recipe and full measurements will always be in the description, and after we've massaged in all that wonderful flavor, we're going to carry it over to a ripping hot pan that we're going to lube generously with a little avocado oil, then set this baby down to sear. And I like to treat this like a steak, pressing it out for that maximum contact crust. And while that's going, we need to prep our peppers. This is a pound of Poblano peppers that I've washed and dried, and we're going to start by cutting off their tops, but not this one. It's clearly seen some things. So we're going to grab a fresh pepper and start again by removing its top like so, and then taking your blade and carving around its core, making sure we remove all the seeds and the white pith that holds it together. And at the end of all of this, this is what your pepper should look like. And then we're going to repeat the process with our remaining peps, decapitating and seeding until we basically have poblano shells. Then we're going to transfer them into our cooking vessel, which is this muffin tin. Don't judge me. This is the neatest way I've been able to cook them whole. If there's a better way, just let me know in the comments. And then we're going to put these to the side because at this point our beef is ready to flip. And would you take a look at that marvelous crust and color? This is exactly what we're looking for. So from here, we're going to repeat the process on the other side, going for that maximum contact crust before breaking it apart and cooking the rest of the pink out. And then we remove our fully cooked beef, turn our pan down to medium, and start deglazing some of this fond with one whole shredded sweet onion that we're going to hit up generously with a little kosher salt and let it go for about 10 minutes. And as those onions are breaking down and releasing their juices, we're going to be scrubbing the sides and bottom of this pan, trying to extract as much flavor as humanly possible. And at this point, it's time to start the water for our whole grain element. This is 1 cup of instant brown rice that we're simply going to cook to packaged instructions. Not only does this taste amazing, but it delivers a whopping 3 grams of fiber per serving. At this point, our onions are done caramelizing, so we're going to drop in 2 cloves of freshly minced garlic, and then we're going to get that moving around until it becomes fragrant, maybe 20 to 30 seconds at most. And then we're going to drop in 1 tablespoon of a good tomato paste. And we're going to get that moving around until it's fully coated our onions and garlic and that raw tomato smell is gone, roughly about 40 seconds. And after we've achieved that, we're going to drop in an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce and 1 cup of a good quality beef stock. Then we're going to gently combine that and allow it to come to a slow simmer. And the combo of concentrated tomato and beef stock is umami central. And the flavor profile that it creates is absolutely addictive. And once we've come to a nice slow simmer, we're going to reintroduce our beef into the mix, allowing it to return to a full simmer before adding in our fully cooked rice. And we're going to allow our fully assembled filling to cook down for another 4 minutes. This is going to allow the rice time to absorb that extra liquid so we don't have a soupy filling. And this brown rice is perfect for that because it can handle that extra cooking without becoming soggy. And after 4 minutes, we have a nice thick filling that we're going to carry over to our peppers and start stuffing them. While these are slightly more difficult to fill than the average bell pepper, we can still pack a lot of filling in that love tunnel. An average poblano like this can handle at least 3.5 to 4 tablespoons of filling, something like this. So we're going to repeat the process with our remaining peppers until we have them fully stuffed, and then we're going to go on with our cheese. A little goes a long way here, and this does get a little messy. So we're going to pack in roughly about a half a tablespoon of freshly shredded Colby Jack cheese into each of these entrances, and then we're going to top it off with a little dry cilantro before slamming it into a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And don't be alarmed at the leftover filling. This never goes to waste. This is a meal in and of itself. You don't even really need the peppers. I packed this up as a protein bowl with a little bit of cheese, and it is absolutely mind-blowing. And after 20 minutes, it's time to gaze upon our mildly dysfunctional but absolutely delicious stuffed peppers. So let's dig right in.
Despite the fight in the oven, these things do like to fall over, the end result is absolutely worth it. I mean, just take a look at one of these, if I don't drop it. Now, if you don't like the way these look, you could always split them in half and do them like stuffed peppers, like people do with bell peppers. Do like the little half pepper thing. I don't know, but there's something so special about this. It's like a savory ice cream, but a delicious one. There's just something about this form factor that just, I don't know, it just makes me happy. Alright? We can talk about this all day, but I want to try it. And yes, I am using a kitty fork and a huge knife to eat this because all the adult forks are in the dishwasher. But that's not going to stop me because determination. Small fork problems. Alright. A little bit of pepper. A little bit of beef. This combo is insane. What's even crazier to think about is this is really good for you. If you take a bite of this, you wouldn't really think that this was health food because it's not missing any flavor. Even though we use a really lean ground beef, the 96.4. I know a lot of you probably are questioning that, but whereas we didn't get as much fat from the beef, we still have that strong flavor. And then using other things like the onion, the garlic, the tomato paste, the stock gives it so much umami. And then just a little bit of cheese. This feels like you're eating at a very nice Mexican restaurant. But the macros on this are insane. Don't ask me what they are, because I don't know how to calculate those. But I mean, this is everything literally that the doctor ordered. Lean protein, veggies, whole grains in the form of brown rice, because brown rice is one of the healthiest rices you can get. It's whole grain, it's higher in fiber and lower in sugar, and it's filling. And speaking of which, this mixture right here is great on its own. You don't even really need the pepper. You can just eat that as a protein bowl and be completely satisfied because that on its own is super filling. Honestly, on nights where I'm super duper hungry and I eat more than one pepper, the next day I just eat that stuff straight as is, and it is a meal in and of itself. You're not really missing anything. Healthy doesn't have to taste bad. And as always, if you like stuff like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. All this little extra cheese that oozes out and caramelizes, this is life. Mmm.